What's up guys, Sam Adams here, and tonight we're going to be talking about the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, finally. I wanted to give myself as well as the internet time to get out of that honeymoon phase of the new game, which is basically where all you can see are the good parts of the game as opposed to viewing it from every aspect of the game as a whole. But before we get in depth into this, it should be stated that Advanced Warfare is an arcade shooter unlike Battlefield, which is for more serious players. Therefore, I won't be getting too in-depth with stuff such as weapon balancing and strategy other than merely touching on it briefly. So let's start off with the maps. Overall, this crop of maps for Call of Duty seems to be fairly decent except for Retreat and Recovery. These two maps in particular seem to be plagued by a large amount of players using the tactic of shooting fish in a barrel, as I like to call it, by getting up to higher points of the map and shooting on players down below. Seeing as how there are multiple levels of vertical gameplay for these maps, which basically what I mean is that if there's a first story and a second story, in between the first and second story there might be another platform that's I consider 1.5, and it can be hard to pinpoint exactly where the gunfire is coming from, and therefore almost impossible to respond in time before you die. Other than that, the map successfully conform to two different playstyles, one being the Route Runner style gameplay that we've seen in previous Call of Duties, and then the Battlefield style open world quote-unquote gameplay that we saw more of in Call of Duty Ghost. With the use of the new exosuit abilities, Advanced Warfare allows players to run paths around the map like last Call of Duties, while also integrating more vertical gameplay as well as the use of unexpected paths through the map that you might not always use, allowing for a more surprising attack pattern than we've seen in past Call of Duty games. As far as the weapons go, there are certainly more in-depth gun customization options than anything we've seen from past Call of Duties. Weapon loots are one of the more significant additions to the multiplayer that can be found only in supply drops, which are basically bearing a resemblance to the battle pack system of Battlefield 4. Basically, it's a reward you get when you're playing the game that you will get at the end of each match online. And these guns attribute a boost to certain stats based on what kind of situation that special gun is suited for. To elaborate a little bit, if you have a close quarters version of a KF5, just for example, I'm not even sure if this is a real thing, the gun might have a damage boost but less range, or maybe slightly a higher rate of fire but a higher recoil to make up for that. And it adds a completely new level of diversity to the Call of Duty experience as far as weapons go. AKA, if you were playing Black Ops 1 and you got killed by a FAMAS a lot because that was one of the weapons that was being used, there's a higher chance that they will be using different kinds of guns in this game. Kill streaks are an area where I see some problems. First, you have to know how to use each kill streak for itself. Primarily, I tend to run a UAV, a Vulcan beam I believe it's called, and a Goliath suit. The UAV is nothing special, but the beam is difficult because there are generally about a 10-second time period to get kills with it. And personally, I believe that the kill streak should be reworked a little bit so that they last for a longer period of time, but perhaps they could cause less damage to counteract the fact that you have it for a longer period of time. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming, but ultimately kill streaks are supposed to reward a player for playing well in a game, and it doesn't really feel like a reward at this point. It just feels kind of like a burden taking you out of battle and making you act like you're getting kills. As far as the campaign goes, I haven't actually finished it for myself and I'm still working on it, but that being said, I'm not going to comment on how the storyline actually is. I can tell you that the campaign is the most creative one since Black Ops 1, which I loved. But there are certainly characters that you get emotionally attached to more or less. In contrast, the graphics for the campaign feel lacking, especially considering that I'm playing on a PlayStation 4, which should look amazing, but more or less looks like last gen. To counter this, I have to mention the fact that the facial expressions and features look amazing, and not just on Kevin Spacey, on everybody. They are, dare I say, above Battlefield quality, and that's an impressive feat for Sledgehammer to take on. The survival co-op mode is more or less what you would expect. If you remember how the mode was in Modern Warfare 3, it's basically that, but enhanced with exosuit abilities, adding a little twist on it, just like the rest of the game. For the time that I played, I may have just been having an off night, but it seemed that the AI had been slightly improved to provide more of a challenge, even for amateur professional gamers like myself. Although it doesn't necessarily bring anything new to the table, it adds a new facet to the game that should be experienced. For those gamers that only play online competitive first-person shooters, the availability of a co-op experience may lead them to try other co-op games with people they might be playing with, such as Borderlands, and from there more in-depth games, and ultimately expand their gaming library significantly. Like I said, although it isn't on the forefront of the game, it is in my mind something that definitely adds to the game and might affect the game genre in general. So there you guys have it. After 1 week, I can finally give a decent quote-unquote review of the experience that you will get from Advanced Warfare. I'm not going to give it a rating or a recommendation that you go out and get it, because I think it's best for each individual person to decide if they like what they see and buy it based on their own opinions. I don't really believe in like 10-star reviews or whatever. But although that stands true, I'm just saying I personally don't regret buying it, and for most Call of Duties I have a feeling that I will regret buying it at some point along the lines. But like I said, there you guys have it. If you like this video, please drop me a like down below. Comment what you're thinking of on Advanced Warfare, and if you haven't picked it up, tell me if you're going to be picking it up or if you like the gameplay. And also, in addition to this, if you'll head over to my channel and check out some of my other content, I tend to post a lot of videos, and I almost guarantee that there is something that you will like there. I try really hard to make high quality content, and I love it when people check it out. So as always, thank each and every one of you for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.